Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by the Scrapbook and Cards Today YouTube channel for day 8 of 12 days of holiday giving 2025. I can't believe we're already to the holiday season and it's time for holiday scrapbooking. So today I'm going to create a 12 by 12 layout using the Mistletoe and Memories collection from our friends at 49 and Market and Becki. And to get started, I have a light blue ledger background pattern paper that is 12 by 12. And then I have a few strips of pattern paper from the collection that I have cut down to 2¼ inches wide. And I cut those down to 2¼ inches wide so that they are the same width as my photos. So you'll see how it comes together here in just a minute. The height of the pattern papers varies because I'm doing a torn edge technique. If you wanted to just cut those off straight, that would totally work well as well. I just wanted a little bit more of a rustic kind of vintage vibe, and so I'm tearing the pattern papers down. They're approximately 2¼ inches by 3 inches tall. It just kind of varies because of that torn edge. I'm using a tape runner from scrapbook.com to adhere those pattern papers across, it's about the top half of the page. I'm going to go ahead and trim the barcode strip off of the bottom. I forgot to do that before I got started. And then I noticed that the strips of pattern paper across the layout are not exactly centered. So I'm going to take just a second and pull those over to the right just a little bit. I'm using that permanent tape roller or tape runner from scrapbook.com, which it's great. It holds really well, and I like that it does give you a little bit of wiggle room. So in cases like this where you realize that you put something down wrong, you can take it up. You have a few minutes to take it up and put it back down. Now, if I would have let this sit for a couple of hours, it would not come apart as easily as it did. So I have 5 photos that I have printed at home. They are each 2 by 3 inch photos, and then I put a white border around each of them, and that's why I made the pattern paper strips about 2¼ inches wide. I also printed one more photo at home using my photo printer, and I printed that one at 3 by 4, and I also put a white border around that one. I feel that most of my photos have a white border around them. I really like that option to kind of make your photos stand out. As I mentioned earlier, these photos are really busy. There's a lot going on. And so I just wanted them to kind of stand out from the pattern papers that I have on the background. So the 5 smaller photos that I have are of ornaments that are on our Christmas tree. The story that I'm telling on this layout are of the ornaments that we have added to our tree for 2025. So we have a tradition in our family where we add ornaments. Actually, excuse me, these are 2024, where we collect ornaments, through our travels and through special moments, and we add those to our tree every year. And these are the ones that we added in 2024. We've got a few ornaments. Most of them, I believe, actually 3 of them are from a trip to the Bahamas we went on. One is for a trip that we went on to New York City, and the other one is an ornament from Wicked, because we traveled and went to see Wicked as a family. So those are the ornaments that we added to our tree this year. And then I wanted to add just a photo of my husband and I that I took in front of our tree to kind of, anyway, I like to show our faces on layouts. So I'm adding that one photo of my husband and I there kind of down at the bottom. The 2 inch by 3 inch photos I put across those pattern paper strips. I go back and forth. I found this really pretty laser die cut garland, and I really wanted to add it to my page. I ended up not leaving it there, but I kind of went back and forth, and you can let me know in the comments below whether you think I should have left it or whether it looks better without it. So I'll play around with that here in a little bit. I'm just leaving it there along the top of the photos to kind of decide whether I want it there or not. So I've got these really pretty die cuts of a stack of presents there off to the right of the photo, and I just added those using some foam adhesive. I'm using my favorite adhesive squares, foam adhesive squares from our friends over at Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. I love these ones. They're the 1mm thickness, so they're not very thick, so they don't add a ton of bulk, but they add a little bit, just a little bit, so you've got a little bit of dimension there. Because these die cuts are laser cut, they're very delicate, I am using a really fine glue bottle to add some adhesive there at the bottom so that I don't end up with a mess of adhesive behind my really delicate die cuts. I'm taking just a second to hold that adhesive in place, or excuse me, that die cut in place to give the adhesive a chance to dry. So now that I've got my main elements on the page and I know exactly where I'm going to put my journaling, so I'm going to continue with the embellishing, and I'm going to go back to that garland die cut, and I think here's where I ultimately decided that it just added more than I wanted it to on this layout. So instead of adding that, I opted for some of these really pretty snowflakes. The snowflakes are gorgeous, and there was some in this really the light blue color that I have on my background, and so it added a little bit to my background, but not too much. So I put a few of those snowflakes in place. I will come in and add a couple more of those, and I'm just playing around with embellishments. I love that little gingerbread man, and I kind of toyed around with adding another embellishment cluster to the left of the title, but I decided that I wanted to create more of a diagonal design and not put an extra embellishment cluster there. I did add a couple of those little snowflakes, but really they blend into the background. They add just a little bit of texture, not necessarily the look of a whole embellishment cluster. So I'm going to put my title in place. The title of this layout is Holiday Lights, and there are 2 chipboard pieces, and I use some liquid adhesive to put those in place. I found sometimes with chipboard that if you don't use a strong liquid adhesive over time, they can fall off the page. And then because I didn't want to add too much depth to those snowflakes, they're really delicate. They need to be right up against the page so they don't get torn. I'm just adding a little bit of liquid adhesive to those as well. This fun kind of a tag die cut that says "Be Merry," I put that in the upper kind of left corner of the layout to continue the diagonal design from the top left of the page down to the bottom right of the page, where we have that embellishment cluster that has the gifts and gingerbread man and the little bit of garland. So I decided I do like those snowflakes. They're getting adhered right where they are, and I'm going to save that beautiful garland for another project. So we'll just add those little bits of adhesive as a finishing touch. And then I think the last piece I adhere is this cute heart. I love just the little pop of red. I went back and forth, unsure where to adhere that, but ultimately it lands right up there next to the Be Merry tag. And with that, I am calling this page finished. So Thank you so much for joining me here on the Scrapbook and Cards Today YouTube channel. Make sure you hop over to the Scrapbook and Cards Today blog so that you can enter into the giveaway that 49 and Market has over there. We'll just let you see these last few details on this layout. And again, make sure and visit that blog post and enter the giveaway. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and you have a wonderful new year. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.